Good morning, people. It is February the 1st, 2021. Once again, I'm here to put something else on YouTube about the corruption of the Davises from 96 until 2009. Yes, I have done things in my lifetime that I paid for, and they got away with breaking the laws because of the wrongfulness from my juvenile records. In 1996, Amanda was ran off from my grandmother's at 114 Oak Street because she went to a house party. The contents of that is too graphic to comment on. Let's just say it was disgusting. I won't put details with the house party. Um, in 1996, I was forced to move out to my dad's house because she refused to leave my grandma's, where she would be continued to be dropped off on me by her parents. And then when she would leave, she would go to her Aunt Nancy's, where she would call her house party friends that she said she went camping with. She didn't go camping, she went to a house party. And when, a few days later, her parents would bring her back. Here, when they brought her back, they started harassing me into marriage, scamming me, using my mental illness that was caused by wrongful juvenile treatment centers and mental institutions authorized by Child Services Charles Kermone and Judge Cassio from 1989 to 93. Besides, they brought her back and harassed me into marriage to the point that she was pregnant and they knew it without notifying me of it. When I tried to have the marriage annulled, I tried to get an annulment. They refused to go with the annulment. So I told them I was not signing no papers for paternity because of the fact I've been sterile since 1989. At that time, Amanda got low-income housing at Coleman Apartments, where her family would take her 30 miles to Johnstown just to get checkups. Nobody does that. They were doing that to cover up medical records that I could not pertain to. Then, on May 29th, 1997, Amanda had her kid where she was permitted to forgerize my name to the birth certificate without my presence. The next day when I went down, I had requested paternity testing from Lee Hospital, where I was denied because I was entrapped into marriage. One day after Father's Day, I was arrested because Amanda was committing adultery and misusing narcotics with a known drug addict. Once I was out on bond by my dad, Jim and Dorothy Davis and Amanda would harass me into taking Amanda back or the charges against me would not be dropped. But Amanda was not the one I went to get. It was the guy she was with, and she had the charges filed against me by Officer Borowski. Anyway, I was forced to live with her in Myersdale with her garbage family, where as I was applying for SSI benefits, I was harassed into finding work. And then when I did get work and working my ass off, I had to come home every night to chase a guy out of my apartment. In 1998, I had left her because of the mental anguish, the drug use she was doing, and adultery. She went to go live with her parents, where she would misuse money to go out with numerous men to use drugs and alcohol and sexual relations when they lived in Myersdale, PA. In 1998, Amanda was with another drug addict in Somerset that trafficked drugs from Pittsburgh to Somerset. She was caught how many times? By police, by child services. Nothing was done. Anyway, the gentleman was assaulted by two other guys because he informed on the two men. And Amanda took this gentleman down to Mississippi to continue their drug use and to have sexual relations with her uncle. In 1998, I was also informed by witnesses that Amanda did not go camping in 1996. The fact was, she went to a house party to use drugs and alcohol, and the graphics of that party is too graphic to comment in this segment. Um, Also in 98, Amanda went to file for child support payments, where I once again requested paternity testing and denied. While she collected child support payments, domestic relations informed her to go file false PFA orders, and it was not because of abuse. It was because me and my mom tried to get visitation to get our own paternity testing, and with the PFA, we were violated from that visitation to get paternity testing. And that's the only reason why those PFAs were filed, not because of abuse. In 1999, Amanda Davis was permitted by legal aid here in Somerset, as well as Judge Cassio, to forgerize my name to a divorce decree because Amanda was pregnant to a sex offender who was never charged for the crime, where she had two kids to this person. In 2002, September 3rd, 2002, I was wrongfully put in jail by Somerset Domestic Relations Department and Judge Kim Gibson because I kept requesting paternity testing where I was denied and I was still forced to pay. And while awaiting a decision for SSI benefits, I was wrongfully placed in jail from September 3rd, 2002 to December 1st. In 2004, I was granted SSI benefits. Since Amanda was not entitled to any benefits, she went and deliberately violated an existing PFA order for me to use my settlement money to pay for legal counsel. In 2005, I had left Pennsylvania to go to the south of the United States to volunteer help with the Hurricane Katrina cleanup. When Amanda found out where I was, she deliberately went back to domestic relations and had domestic relations violate federal law of the Social Security Act, which is Section 1602 and Section 1614A3, capital A, of the Social Security Act, as well as the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990, where they forced me to come back here in 2008, and domestic relations told her not to do anything until 2009, until they had me entrapped here, so it wouldn't make it look like they were harassing me in 2008 when they actually were. And then I was continued to be harassed without proper legal counsel. Also in 2010, while my mom was in the ICU, the Davises caused a disturbance at the hospital. I did, however, threaten them on their answering machine because of their disturbance at the hospital. While awaiting this court proceeding, Judge Cassio deliberately had Rebecca Boyer of adult probation threaten me out of a jury trial for me to take a plea bargain of 5 years probation and an apology letter to this garbage family Davises. I had violated probation because of the mental anguish. I did drink. where I did go to jail for the violation. While in jail, Matt Zatko, that owned the trailer park behind Sunoco, which was BP on East Main Street, deliberately had his maintenance crew steal evidence and steal belongings from 141 Donald Lane, which included microfilm against Somerset. These violations of my family, as well as 3,200 other people, have been violated since December 22nd, 1977. It is about time that Somerset corrupted officials are finally investigated by proper authorities, which means Judge Cassio, which also means Judge Gary, which also means the magistrate, which also means domestic relations, which also means probation, which also means child services. Also, in 2018, I had got a new place at 244 Rebecca Street. And I went to go get my cats from my former girlfriend. And while going to get my pets, I got into an argument with a guy about the abuse of a dog in a cage that is on East Main Street, Gary Stills and Deals. At that point, I continued on my way to get my cats, but unsuccessful. I was charged where I went to the magistrate for the preliminary hearing that was pressed over into court in front of Judge Gary, where I requested to represent myself, which is the Sixth Amendment of the Pennsylvania Commonwealth Courts. Also, I requested a jury trial. It lingered on for how many years where they decided to throw it out of court, violating my rights, where I went to the PA bar. And they swept this case under the rug, but it will not be swept under the rug because I recorded both the police, Huzak, and Judge Gary on this case in 2018, which is a voice-activated recorder. Also, recently, I had requested a full investigation on Fletcher Stafford of domestic relations for running a scam with Molly Meekins, who refused to return my phone calls, escalating my disability to the point I threatened them to have an investigation done, where they went and filed charges on me, as well as the Davises, because of my comments on Facebook. Well, this case will be going to a jury trial. I will be bringing up on Somerset from December 22nd, 1977 to the present date of corruption, false imprisonment, entrapment, wrongful juvenile treatment facilities, the wrongful death of Timothy Allen Kiefer, corruption of Somerset Borough Police Department, Somerset Child Services, Somerset Domestic Relations Department, Somerset Adult and Probation Department, Magistrate, and the Court of Common Pleas. I will be pushing it in front of a jury where the truth will be known of the Davis family, as well as Somerset corrupted officials. Thank you, and be sure to have a real nice day. And Mardi Gras soon coming up, so I guess I missed it again. Okay, you all have a nice day. Goodbye.